Okay, here's what you're trying to play. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and... Okay, so if you played all the notes that you're going to use in this first half of the riff, if you played them as a scale, they would all be inside of these 4 frets, between 4 and 7, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's 2 notes on each string. The E string, your biggest string, gets 4 and 7. And then your A string gets 4 and 5, and then your D string gets 6 and 7. So if you play them all together like a scale, that's going to sound like this. Just a quick little exercise to get you familiar with where the notes are for the first half of this riff. The second most important thing is the picking pattern. So this is one of those riffs where everything on the biggest string, your first string, gets picked forward and everything else gets back picked. So it starts on the 4th fret. Then you're going to back pick A that you're also holding with your first finger at the same time, and immediately forward pick E again. So, and that's where the 3rd note comes in. And that's going to be on the A string, on the 5th fret, and it's going to be a pull-off to the note under it that you were already holding with your first finger. So that's it. I forward pick that. So it's a back pick into a forward pick on the E. And that is where the D string notes come in. You're going to pick the highest one, 7, and then forward pick the big string, and then use your ring finger. So you're alternating those 2 high notes with low notes in between them. So 7 on D, 4 on E, 6 on D, 4 on E. Okay, so the last little bit that you have there to finish out this first half of the riff is... So it's a back pick on the A string on the 4, and you're going to hammer it up to 5, pull it back off to 4, and then you're going to play that high note on the big string, your lowest string, that we haven't played yet, the 7. So that's 1 back pick on A, hammer, pull, and you're going to down pick that E to do the 7 on the high note, and then you're going to start over. So it's best that you practice that last little bit all as one piece going into the front of the riff, being that first note on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes it easier to loop it around and practice it. But the second time you do it, you're not going to jump straight down to that 4. You're going to hang on the 7. That only happens the second time, right before we go into the second half of the riff, which is the ascending scale. So, right to it. And then you hang the second time. And you can make it a squealy if you like. Okay, so the second part of the riff is the ascending scale. And what you're going to do is put a low note in between sets of 2 notes per string on the A and D string. So the thing that makes it easy to remember is that both the A and the D string notes are always on the same frets. So first it's a chunk, then it's 7, 9, on the A string, a hammer on, and then a chunk, and then 7, 9 on the D string. And then you move up and do 9, 11. So 2 notes, chunk, 2 notes, chunk. And then the last little piece is 11 to 12 on the A string. But you don't have any D string notes on that last one. It goes straight from that back to start over again. So that's a big jump going from the top note there back to the 4 to start the riff over again, but it's doable. You just have to practice it. So let's try the whole riff all together at a much slower tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Good luck!